I'm Emily Gail, and I just had a wonderful morning with a longtime friend, Michele Dragisity, who worked at Emily's across the street. So it's been more than 30 years, but we've been reconnecting over the last couple of years, and I love reconnecting with the people that were so much a part of the Emily's Across the Street team and hearing about what they've been doing over the years. And Michele's been real involved with the Matrix Theater in Mexican Village area. And Michele, will you tell us a little bit about Matrix Theater and the award that you were able to get for them?
Sure. Matrix Theater was started by Sean and Wes Nethercott 24 years ago, and it's on Bagley Street between Mexican Town and where St. Patrick's is, and in Corktown. And they started out doing theater with youth, some kids that were in gangs, and have progressed to having a professional theater and a school of theater for children, and they have a teen group. And I belong to a group called 100 Plus Motown Women Who Care, and we meet 4 times a year and decide on a nonprofit that deserves some money. And a year ago in November, that group granted $15,200 to Matrix Theater, and it was used to get better seating and lighting and improve the theater, and so that theater continues today.
And what I love about that story is that when we hooked up a couple of years ago and just started talking about your days of being an 18-year-old and getting hired at Emily's across the street.
Yes.
And what an impact it made with you. And your husband George was one of the chefs at the Money Tree with Yvonne Gill, which many people remember was just a very well-known restaurant in Detroit. And those were exciting times for us because we were all contributing so much to the city. Talk a little bit about your days then, being part of Emily's across the street.
Well, I was living in Grosse Pointe Park at that time, going to school, and I walked into Emily's, and I told Emily I would work for her for free if she'd just give me a job, and she did. And I scooped ice cream and folded t-shirts and sold many things that had Detroit emblems on them. And just her enthusiasm and the runs and all the things we participated in at that time were personally very uplifting for me and gratifying, and just confirmed all that I knew about Detroit, that it's filled with wonderful people.
Well, of course, your dad.
And my dad
had a love for the city.
Had a love for the city. We moved here in 1968, the year after the riots, and he insisted upon living in the city. We lived in Palmer Woods, and the 7 of us each had our own room, and that was key to them at that point. And he still loves Detroit, says Detroit will come back. There are many good people there, many smart people, and not to worry, Detroit will come back.
And I was gifted with a wonderful book that your dad did called Detroit.
Yes, he after his career with federal government, he took up photography and has come many times to the Eastern Market and other places and taken many pictures of the city. And those are his fondest memories and his best pictures.
It's so special to, have you reminisce about, we've had lots of long conversations and just had a nice breakfast at the Farmer's Restaurant here in Eastern Market, and
That's right.
And just to kind of the history of our own journeys, and also the history of Detroit in many ways, because we've been a big part of it.
Yes, and Detroit, the spirit here and the people here are what make this city. I've lived in a lot of cities, and I always have come back and just love the city.
And you've worked downtown for many years.
Yep. Now do volunteer work downtown. So.
And the Matrix Theater is doing well.
It is doing well, and we're looking forward to a new season this year. And there are some young folks that are taking over. Sean has retired, or will retire at the end of September. So her vision will carry on.
And our relationship and friendship will carry on. It's just been such a blessing to be with you, Michele. It's been very heartwarming and meaningful. It was then, and it continues to be.
Yes, Emily's my hero. Bye.
Okay. Bye.